What's going on, guys? It is Tuesday, which, yes, Sean Fenner, the traveling haunter that he is, that can only mean one thing. That's right. It is Tuesday, and we're right here with you guys at TransWorld Live. Welcome. We're glad you're here. This is season 6, episode 6. Very excited. Our post-Halloween show. Hopefully you guys all had an amazing Halloween. Sean, how were your travels? If you can believe it, for those that are wondering, Sean traveled to Chicago and I didn't get to see him. So I'm bummed about that. But I did get to see Katie. Katie Lane, of course, they're in the chat. Good to see you. Hello, Troy. Good to see you as well. It was good seeing Katie. Katie was decked out for the holidays, of course, and celebrating Halloween here in the Chicagoland area. So we were excited to see her and celebrate. And guys, guess what? We are here live with you tonight to celebrate this amazing industry that we love so much. If you've never been here to TransWorld Live, welcome. We feature a whole bunch of news and updates from all over the haunted industry and all the behind the scenes that you crave and want to know. We stream to 5 different feeds, like you see Anthony right there coming from Facebook, but also Katie coming from YouTube, and 3 other channels. So wherever you're catching us, we're glad you're watching, and we love when you watch, but we love you even more when you comment into the chat. And that way we'll call you out and say, "What's up, Anthony? It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you." How was your Halloween? We got to ask. Hopefully it was celebrated. You know, it's interesting. We talk to people from across the country, and most haunted attractions are open, but there's a lot that aren't, and they kind of treat that like a regular holiday, kind of, just sitting at home watching movies with their families. How did you celebrate? It's good to see you. Sandy Kirkland, what's going on? That's exactly it. Sandy, what's going on? We're glad you're here. It is awesome. Sean, I know you only had one night, but so excited because you'll be back here for MHC. All right, happy birthday. As people are loading in, we've got some birthdays to celebrate today, April 4th, Gavin Stepanek, and of course, the legend herself, Caitlin Hodges from Froggy's Fog. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Tomorrow, the 5th, Carson Green. The 6th, Janine Sengheiser. The 7th, we have Yin Yang Tarot, Matt Thomas, Erica Jones, and Frank Richter. Happy birthday to all of them. And on the 8th, Brad Sopper himself. Now, we announced it last week. Make sure you check it out. TransWorld 2026 is literally right around the corner. HAAshow.com. Registration has been softly opened. Now, that's not going to be all the events. That's not going to be all the seminars. But if you wanted to make sure you've got your main tickets, make sure you've got your login. Of course, start checking out your hotels. If you have not, you want to make sure you get in where you want to get in so you're not shut out. Well, of course, the big news of what we're here to talk about, the legendary Haunt Tour. 3 days away, we are going to Utah. And if you have not checked out the itinerary, if you have not gone through all the details, there's only one place to get it. LegendaryHauntTour.com is your place. That's right. We're all going to be hanging out in Salt Lake City, Utah this weekend, November 7th and 8th. We're going to be seeing Nightmare on 13th Street, Fear Factory, Castle of Chaos, and Haunted Forest. Now, we've talked to Nightmare on 13th Street a couple episodes ago. Fear Factory, we talked to them a couple of episodes. Castle of Chaos, we talked to just last week. Go check those episodes out. Learn a little bit more about the attractions that we're going to see. And we're very, very excited as our final show before the legendary Haunt Tour that we will get to talk to Haunted Forest tonight. Guys, and we do have some breaking news that just came in from Jenny not too long ago. The buses, they're sold out. I can't even tell you. Join the buses. We want you there, but there's no space anymore on the buses. So if you do want to come, we have a very, and I do mean very small amount of driving tickets. You need to reach out to Jen right now, JEN at HAAshow.com, or call her and make sure that you get in because food cutoff, I think, is in the morning. So if you want to get in and you haven't purchased your ticket, you forgot about it because the Halloween season's been crazy, make sure you check it out because we don't want you to miss out. We're going to get there. We're going to party. We're going to have a great time. Don't get shut out. All right. We get to do it because it's our last episode before the event. We get to celebrate the weather, and the weather doesn't look too bad. Everybody before this gave us a little bit of glimpse of what it's going to look like. It looks like there's going to be a small chill in the air Friday. We got a high of 56 with a low of 38 with a 25% chance of precipitation. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Wear some Studi shoes and a good coat. We'll be fine. Saturday, you're looking at 57 and 37 with a 4% chance. Sunday, 60 and 38. So it's pretty stable all weekend. Hopefully none of that liquid love, and we're going to be in a good place. If you need something more to get you excited, if you cannot wait, let's feast our eyes on these scenes. Check this out. Oh my gosh. So excited. Reading the comments. Yes, beyond excited. Sandy, cannot wait to see you guys there. And I'm glad you're coming all the way from Montana. Katie, absolutely the same. Sean Fenner, always. Rob, fantastic. Legendary Haunt Tour this weekend. LegendaryHauntTour.com. Check out the itinerary. Make sure you get all your late breaking last news right there. And of course, we want to thank our partners at Sapphire for sponsoring this year's tour. So thank you, Sapphire. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, we've seen and talked to 3 of the amazing haunted attractions. Iconic, epic, if you were to say. But we have one more to go as we are on our final stretch on the road to Legendary Haunt Tour. TransWorld Live. Help me in welcoming all the way from the Haunted Forest, Rob Ethington.
How you doing?
What's going on, sir? How are you?
Hey, really good. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. How has your season been going? How was your Halloween?
You know what? It was awesome. We're still, whoops. Can you guys see me still?
Oh yeah, you look great.
Okay.
You look
For some
great.
reason that just all right. Hey, yeah, no, it was great, man. We've had an awesome season. The weather was a little rough on us at
Sure.
the starting, but it cleared out and it's been awesome.
Oh, so happy to hear that. So we're talking to Rob from the Haunted Forest, one of our 4 legendary haunts. We're going to this weekend at the Legendary Haunt Tour. And you guys have been around a very, very long time, which means you know a thing or two. You guys started in 1990. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's our 36th season this year, so been awesome.
That is awesome. How many of your crew has been around for all 36 of those years?
You know what? That's a great question. We originally I've had one of my oldest ones. He actually passed away 2 years ago,
Okay.
and he worked for me for 32 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And I've still got 3 other ones that have been around, well, almost 25 years.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah,
Beyond impressive.
yeah, we got a big team, and it's awesome to have great guys that are committed to it. So
It takes, we talk about that on the show here week after week, is that it takes a family, and we are a haunt family across the country and in our small communities as well, but also at our individual attractions. And certainly no one can do this alone. And, rumor has it that you guys have 1,000,000 square feet. Is that true or false?
well, it's funny because everybody around here anyway measures their size in square feet.
Sure.
Ours is more acres,
Mhm.
but it's actually bigger than that. But
Oh my God.
we're on 30 acres. So,
Holy cow.
and we use most of it.
That's insane. That's insane. Okay, let's start at the beginning, because for those that don't know, like myself, I'm excited. I've never seen the Haunted Forest, and I get to hang out with you and your crew this
Yeah, we're
weekend.
excited to see all of you.
How did you guys get started? Where did this idea come from, and why have you been going for all these years?
Well, okay, we could take up a little time here actually. So basically what happened, Chris, was when I was a young man back in about 1980,
Okay.
1970, 1980, our church group put on a spook alley up in Idaho
Okay.
for all the youth in the area. And my leader, his name was Dave Crockett, and he had an awesome ranch up in the mountains. And we went and got his barn that his great grandfather built. A lot of history up there, and we haunted that thing as a youth group, and people had such a blast. That was always in the back of my mind how fun that was.
Sure.
And fast forward to 1990, I was actually taking care of a ranch while I was getting my engineering degree from BYU.
Oh, wow.
And I was taking care of a ranch up behind Provo and up in the Wasatch Front there. And I was riding my horse down through the mountains one night. I was watering a pasture up there in the mountains, and it was really kind of spooky coming back down through the forest there in the dark.
Sure.
All dead trees, and when they die, they call it scrub oak around here. It kind of curls up and
Mhm.
it looked like something on Snow White.
Okay.
And I was
Okay.
like, oh my gosh. And all of a sudden just hit me. I should do a haunted forest. I'd never heard of anybody doing anything outside.
Okay.
And that's where the idea was born, was on horseback, coming back down through the mountains. So
That is awesome.
yeah.
And here 36 years later, you guys have this amazing run of 30 acres over 1,000,000 square feet. Field of Screams out of Montana just asked, in case you were wondering, what do you do in the off season? What happens to the land in the off season? Do you do anything with it?
You know what? I appreciate that question because I get it all the time. And what we tell people is we get our fertilizer out
Sure.
and we fertilize the weeds and get them to grow as tall as we can and make
Sure.
it look as spooky as possible. And I kid you not, that's what we do. We don't do anything else on that property.
Okay.
It is specifically for the haunted forest.
Oh, wow. And Robert's got some pictures right now. Holy cow. This is a ranch. This is, I mean, for those of us that are not from that area, this is straight out of like Yellowstone. I mean, this is awesome.
Well, it's not a ranch down there now, but we are down by Utah Lake.
Okay.
And Utah Lake is a massive lake. It's 100 square miles. The lake is, so it's really big. And we're right on the shores of Utah Lake.
Love this. Holy cow. Okay. When you have a property that big, obviously you've got to have a lot of people helping, because we just talked about it takes a team, it takes a family, a community. How many cast and crew do you have to take care of that property? Not only maybe during the season, but then year round?
Well, as far as like maintaining it and taking care of it during the off season, I have a crew of about 8 guys that help me. And my general manager, his name's Trent Bezant.
Okay.
He's an incredible human being, very talented in all different ways. And between us, there's like 10 total, including me, that help do everything. During the season though, every night, especially on the weekends, we'll beef up on the weekends, but we will run on the weekends between 85 to 100 actors.
Okay.
And on the weekdays, we're, running around 65. So
that's awesome. Very, very impressive, sir. And from what I've read, from what people have told me, your haunted trail as a show, it's about an hour to get through from start to finish.
Yeah. And most people take between 50 minutes to an hour.
Very nice. Very, very nice. There's some highlights. So this is a huge trail taking up, again, about 30 acres here, over 1 million square feet. And you've got different attractions throughout this trail, throughout this trek, like the Mine Shaft Madness, Fields of Screams, I Scream, You Scream, Wolf Creek Nightmare, even Krampus, which is wonderful. Krampus returns, Curse of the Pharaohs, Uncle Chucky's Pumpkin Patch. We love that. Are these all sections, throughout the trail that we'll be able to traverse as we're going through?
Yeah. Everybody will go through and see all of that. It's so big, and it covers so much ground. These sets are, a lot bigger than if you were going through a building.
Sure.
Like, for example, Uncle Chucky's Pumpkin Patch is probably around 200 feet by 100 feet wide. And
okay.
You go down. I mean, that's bigger than a lot of people's buildings, but
it's true.
That's the beauty of doing it outside is we can use the room.
Right.
And each one of these attractions are just, that's not all the attractions, but those were ones that we just showcased.
Of course, the highlighted ones. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can we just divert for half a second? I know you guys just debuted a new attraction for this season, and rumor has it that maybe we'll get a chance to play a little bit this weekend, but it's called Blind Terror. Kind of plays with your senses. Tell us about this, and how did it go this season?
Well, it went great. It was kind of an experiment for us. Do you mind, Chris, if I back up? Because I feel like I got to give some kudos to a couple of my
Please.
colleagues here that I've
We
actually grown to really close to these guys.
we love
Back
that.
at TransWorld about 4 years ago, a guy come up to me and he like stuck his hand out and he says, "Are you Rob Ethington?" And I said, "Yeah." And looking at him kind of, hesitantly, and he goes, "Well, my name is Nick Markoff." And he goes, "I was going to BYU I think it was 1993." And he goes, "And I went through the haunted forest and when I finished the trail," he goes, "this is what I want to do for a living." And so Nick uh, went back to Maryland and started Markoff's Haunted Forest.
Yes.
And it was so funny. He said, "I want to shake your hand because, this has been the most incredible industry. And I'm part of it now." And he's been in it I think he's 3 years behind us.
Yes.
And anyway, the reason why I wanted to go back to that is because I went out there. He actually came out to see me first.
Okay.
And then I went out there to see those guys, and they started to see no evil.
Okay.
And so mine is called Blind Terror, but basically what it is, and I give him the credit for it because it was his idea. And it's putting a blindfold on and people go through, and follow a rope or some walls or whatever. And they're playing on the touch, smell, and hearing senses. And it actually was quite a hit. People loved it. People absolutely loved it. So
love that.
yeah. And so we went ahead and did it this year, and it was a great add-on.
I love that. And thank you for sharing the story about Nick Markoff. We were so excited, obviously, when Legendary went to them, and so excited. Rob put it in the chat about how he loves it when haunters inspire other haunters. That is the name of the game. That is a great story because that's what we all try to do. We learn from each other and grow and, kind of conjure up our own ideas based on, stuff that we've seen that inspires us to keep building and progressing our industry for our audiences so they keep coming back.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, and they those guys have been a lot of fun to get to know. And so,
so excited. That's fantastic. Very cool. Very cool. Well, obviously you guys know a thing or two. And so you're inspiring Markoffs. You're inspiring countless others that come through and certainly instilling some nightmares as well. But you guys kind of pioneered a new queuing system this year. And I know we'll get a chance to see a little bit of that at Legendary, but tell us about this because haunters that are on right now all want to learn how can we manage it better. So what do you guys do? And tell us how it worked.
Well, I appreciate you bringing that up, Chris, because this has been an absolute struggle for us for the whole time we've been in business.
Sure.
Once we started to, get massive crowds, and now people are waiting an hour and a half to 2 hours in line.
Sure.
And any of the big haunts, are in the same position.
Sure.
And so actually collaborating with my colleagues like Nick Markoff and Gene Schaff with Field of Screams.
Oh, sure.
And several others, everybody seems to have the same problems. And so Nick and Matt were using and Alex were using a queuing system that I really liked. They were having people come in, and when they would buy their tickets, they would print off a numbered system where the first 50 people had number 1,
Okay.
And then the next 50 people would be number 2, and then the
Like
next
a group, like a
yes, in groups, and then they would have a marquee up there that would say now serving group number 2 or group
Okay.
number 3, and so then those people would go to the queuing line and only have to be in there 5 or 10 minutes instead of 2 hours. And they made these really beautiful, really nice midway areas. Sorry, can you still see me? The lights.
Oh yeah.
Just
No, you're great.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
So,
You're great.
Anyway, so I like that, and I had been talking to all these ticketing platforms that we all have talked to.
Sure.
And one of my issues is all these ticketing platforms are trying to get our business, and they call us like crazy all the time. But they're designed for concerts and rodeos and football games and things like that. Nobody has taken the haunt industry serious. And meaning we need a queuing system that will handle the masses, by the, half a minute, And so what I mean by that basically is I had a backup system similar to what Markoff's Haunted Forest was using that would work for us, but I was wanting to take it a step further. And so I went and contacted all the ticketing platforms that I could find, and nobody had this system that we're using now available.
Okay.
And I had one company get a hold of me after I told them what I wanted to do, and they said, well, let me see if we can go to work on that.
Okay.
And I told them, I says, if you guys can make something that's specific to the haunt industry, you are going to be revolutionary. And so anyway, I still hadn't had it figured out by August 1st.
Okay.
I mean, it's go time,
Sure.
So anyway, I had my backup plan, but these guys called me and said, hey, I think we can do it. And basically this is what it is people buy their tickets online. They buy them on site with the QR code. We don't even have ticket takers.
Okay.
We don't even, we have a place where people, if they want to buy cash or whatever,
sure,
they can do that. But they just take their phones, hit a QR code that we've got several places at the forest. And then they come to the scanning area and they all get scanned. Immediately, it sends them a text that says, thank you for coming to the haunted forest. The wait time in the virtual queue is approximately however many minutes we are at that time.
Okay.
And then it says, feel free. Our midway is called the graveyard.
Yes.
And so it says, feel free to roam around the graveyard, have a burger, get some s'mores, sit by the campfires, play games, whatever. And we'll let you know when we're ready, when it's your turn. And then when we want them, and I'm saying, like, if we're putting through, a group of 10 every 30 seconds or whatever that group size is, we're also putting a group in the queue every 30 seconds.
Oh,
so
nice.
People are just barely, people are standing in line maybe 5 to 10 minutes max.
That's fantastic.
And they're out buying merch. They're
sure.
out, buying something to eat or playing games, doing blind terror, all of these other things. And it has been incredible.
Love that.
So, and we haven't had, I don't know of one person that complained about waiting this year.
Love that.
So,
and it adds revenue because you have a captive audience.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Again, and you're managing their expectations by not having to stand in a physical line. You
That's
grab
right.
grab a few more bucks, and by the time that they're ready to go in, it seems like no time has passed at all because they're only, you've minimized their physical waiting in time, in that space. So not bad at all. Okay.
Yeah. It was really, really, really cool to do it this year with, we didn't have to have the texting them, just like if you were to go to a restaurant
Sure.
and they give you the little
buzzer pager thing.
buzzer thing and says, we'll buzz you when we're ready. It's the same exact thing.
Okay.
So
That's
anyway,
cool.
yeah, it worked. It worked flawlessly. So
That fantastic. And I know there's a lot of haunt owners and general managers and operators that come on Legendary Haunt Tour if they wanted to talk to you and to Trent and to, everybody about how that works and maybe find an application for themselves. Can they do that this weekend?
Sure. Yeah. We're there to help everybody. So
Love that.
We'd love to talk to whoever has any questions.
No, love that. Well, thank you. And Quinn, we are glad that you are here. Quinn's online here with us from Nightmare on 13th. Going to be hanging out with us this weekend. Good to see you. And Gretchen, glad to hear about your home haunt. For those that didn't see the chat, Gretchen had like 20 to 30 minute wait at her home haunt. That's awesome. That is awesome. And yes, Anthony, the graveyard idea. Can we talk more about that, Rob? Because that's your midway, but that's your collective spot for these people to go and kind of explore and purchase the items, right?
Yeah. I mean, like our merch shop this year, I think we sold 10 times what we have sold in the past.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay.
In the merch shop.
Sure.
And then my daughters all run the one of the the grills.
Sure.
It's called Monster Grub. They were so worried about, because I took out the fast pass.
Sure.
Took all that stuff out because I knew we weren't going to need it.
Right.
It was kind of a bummer because it was lost revenue there, but not really.
Right.
Anyway, the girls were way busier because people aren't worried about losing their place in line. Right. So they're out doing other things and eating and doing all these things. And it was great.
That's brilliant. Now this is completely up to you. Our good friend, Sandy Kirkland, who's going to be with us this weekend. She's at a lot of legendaries here. She asked, if you don't mind, what ticketing platform did you end up going with? If you want to share.
Well, it's fine. It was one of the more expensive ones, Sandy, and it's the ticket sign up.
Okay.
But their team was back in the TransWorld. They weren't in the premium locations. They're back, on the opposite end of the floor is the what do we call that? The dark.
Oh, the dark zone. Sure.
The dark zone. Yeah, the dark zone. Jeez, I've only been there.
No,
30 years.
It's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, they were back there and really sharp people. But man, I tell you, they did a great job. Great job for us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. People always ask us to flush out that, like, hey, what makes the Haunted Forest so different? And certainly it sounds like from a customer experience side, you're trying to make it so that people aren't just trapped in this line for 2 hours, which is a brilliant move. And I'm sure results in much, much higher reviews.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because if you go through the reviews of previous years, most of the bad reviews are because somebody being disgruntled because they waited so long.
For sure.
And, we're all trying to, I've always had, I'm from the old school, right? Before computers. And,
sure.
Anyway, it just amazes me that they have a platform now that people can really express their grievances, and you
Yeah.
can't really do anything about it.
Right.
And just over the little things. I mean, waiting in line.
Oh yeah.
What about the great time you had out at the forest,
Yeah.
so that was the one of my gripes about it was, and now I think we fixed it, and it's been awesome.
So excited. Oh, that's exciting. You got to those type of wins. That's awesome. So Sandy, hopefully when we see you this weekend, we could talk a little bit more about that, because I think that's an awesome opportunity, and maybe for some of the other ticketing partners.
You see this video right here playing, all those people standing in line?
Yeah,
that was last year's video.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's terrible, but we didn't have that at all this year. It was awesome. So
love that. Okay, we did get a question. We hear, obviously, you have a food stand, which is wonderful. Do you guys serve beverages, either alcohol or otherwise?
You know what, Chris, I know a lot of people do. Me personally, I just don't want to go there.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
And so no, we don't.
That's okay.
But I know that there are several that do, and they say they do really good with it. So
no, everybody has a certain preference about it. So there's no, we just want to manage people's expectations. If they're looking for a beverage, get one before we come to the tour, because we're going to see you guys on Saturday.
Yeah.
A full show with your actors, 30 acres of a haunted trail to explore. You guys on site, you, Trent, your whole team, to be able to talk through things, and your gift shop, of course. What can people expect? I mean, what should they be prepared for? It sounds like we're going to have good weather, and we're going to encourage everybody to wear good, sturdy shoes, like a walking boot would be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, the trail, the trail has all kinds of terrain, I guess you would say. It's outside.
Sure.
So we try to make it as safe as possible, but you go down underground, you come back up, and then we'll put you down some slides, and just, you'll go upstairs and back down them, and just, there's all kinds of things like that. So it's all good. Everybody makes it through safe. So
we love that. Safety is so important. People outside of the business tend to think that we're not being safe, but how silly of a thing. We want everyone to come back. We want them to have a great time, so they come back for years and tell their friends and bring their family. So that's wonderful. Okay, we have to ask you the hardest question. I didn't prep you on this, but we ask everybody that comes through the show, and it's unfair, but we got to do it anyway. So for 36 years, this haunted attraction has been your baby. And we love to ask, is there a scene that is your favorite amongst everything that you've done? And then second part of that, currently right now, what's your favorite scene? So that as we get excited to come this weekend, maybe we'll take an extra peek out for it.
Okay. Well, without even having to think about it, I'm going to say something that our favorite scene now is different than it was about 7 years in the mid 90s to early 2000s. We had a young man that worked for us that was, unfortunately, he was born with no legs.
Oh, okay.
And his name was Curtis Walker.
Okay.
And I grew to love him.
Sure.
Like a brother. And he was a young man. He was in his teenage years when he first came. And the guy was 68 pounds, and he had a 225-pound bench.
Oh, wow.
Bench press. And anyway, I say this because this was awesome. I mean, he asked if we had a job for him, and I was looking around for who was talking to me because I didn't look. He was only 26 inches tall, and the guy was incredible, man. I said, well, what are you able to do? And he climbed to the top of our concession stand before I could.
Just hands, just arms,
just hands. I mean,
oh my God.
It was amazing. I bought him a pair of elk skin gloves every week. And anyway, we put him out on a Jack in the Box.
Okay.
Had a guy, when the clients would go by or the patrons would go by, the little Jack in the Box music would start, and he would come blowing out of that Jack in the Box.
Oh
and
my!
It would flatten anybody.
And
I would tell him, I'd say, and people would be cursing and saying all the things because they had no idea what it was. And anyway, I told him, I says, hey, I don't want you to have to listen to that type of language all night long. And he leaned back on his elbow and looked up at me, and he said, Rob, I hear this every day, and here I'm getting paid for it. Get out of my way.
Oh, wow.
And it was pretty amazing. I saw him pretty much take the entire BYU football team and make them run the other way. And it was amazing. So I have not been able to duplicate that since.
That's special.
Since him. So that was I got to give him, we can't create that. He was awesome. A beautiful human being. And anyway, but right now, I mean, we built this is the pirate area, and we built a big old 10-foot water wheel that actually works on water, and it powers the sawmill with water power.
Oh, wow.
And so it makes our sawmills, our blades turn, and we got a guy that's being tortured. It's all water driven, and it's in this scene that you've got up right now, and that's one of my favorite ones.
That's awesome.
So
thank you. Oh, thank you for sharing that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's very, very cool. Very cool.
So this pirate ship is actually sitting out on Utah Lake.
Oh, wow.
So okay. It's not fake. There's there's no I mean, all that grass and stuff in front of that ship that's called a Phragmites, and it's all natural.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So, anyway, yeah.
Gretchen, we agree. How awesome. It's beautiful work. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Well, I know we're beyond excited here. Can you tell us just a little bit? So you've told us, obviously we get a chance to see or a little bit of the images here in the video of what we're going to be able to walk through. We've heard about it. We've kind of talked about the different areas in our trail, but there's a little bit of a legend here that kind of comes into play. Can we talk about the story behind the whole haunted attraction? Your Cletus and Helga and Otis, and how they play into what's happened and what we're about to walk into.
Well, okay. The key word on that is legend, right?
Yes.
So we kind of are in a special place because we are right in off the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And where they ran the Pony Express.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I had to come up with something good enough that, was believable. So Cletus Snodgrass was on his way from the Midwest with a team of mules headed to the gold rush, and his mules gave out where our location is located.
Sure.
And so his mules gave out, and he decided to just settle right there. And he started a little, in I think it was 1850 when the Pony Express only ran for a couple of years.
Right.
And anyway, he set up right there, and that was one of the main stations, that where the mail drop would happen, and they'd change out horses. And so we built a livery stables, and those are the original livery stables. They kept the horses in, and I'm a horseman, so I'm all about all this stuff. And anyway, during his time he was there, they had a kid, and in one of the hotels, the kid would go start chewing on people's toes at night. And anyway, he got a taste for blood. And when he got older, he would take the bodies out in the back where the forest is at and bury everybody back there. And that's kind of just a good little short overview of the legend. So
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And our good friend Tater is in our chat as well. He can't wait. And obviously, like Gretchen and Tater both put out, it's fun to see that history behind, where you guys are at, certainly the Pony Express, the Oregon Trail, but the fact that you are a horseman and the entire haunted forest, as we were talking about earlier, was conceptualized on the back of a horse, which is just awesome to see that kind of come full circle.
Yeah. I mean, my background has just been, I was raised on a farm up in Idaho, and pretty simple that way. But Chris, if you will, my father was a great man, and he taught us to do pretty much everything. I mean, I was welding when I was 8 years old.
Sure.
Doing carpentry, working with your hands in the dirt, just all the things. And man, I'm so thankful for what he taught me, because you got to know how to do all of those things in order to be able to run something like this.
It's a jack of all trades. You're very right. And credit to your dad. Absolutely. Yeah. Credit to all of our dads. Absolutely.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Well said, sir. Well, I'm excited because I've never gotten a chance to see the Haunted Forest and our other three attractions, and all 4 of our amazing legendary haunts on the Legendary Haunt Tour. We've been asking everybody that's come through. You've certainly lived that land your whole life. For those that are traveling, for those that have not been to your area and might not know, do you have any advice on what's some great food that we might want to check out in the area? And I should warn you that the other 3 we kind of talked about, and this concept of funeral potatoes came up multiple times. Is that as big of a thing as everybody's making out to be?
Well, I got to tell you, I don't think they make it any better anywhere else than here.
I love that.
Yeah, no, they're actually really good. But, as far as places to eat, we've got all the different, steakhouses and things like that. There's a really nice one up in Salt Lake called Fleming's Steakhouse.
Okay.
But they've got all the Ruth Chris and all those things. But quite honestly, I like Japanese food, and there's really good Japanese food here. The Kyoto Steakhouse, and I think it's just, it's probably east of Nightmare on 13th, a ways. But there's nothing down where I'm at, because we're out in the boonies.
Sure.
And so you have to eat at the Monster Grub at the Haunted Forest if you wanted to eat there. But
we definitely should check that out. Absolutely. And no, thank you, because there's no one that's going to tell us better than the locals, of course.
Yeah.
Now, our mutual friend Tater here would love to know if someone wanted to go horseback riding while we're in town, any suggestions?
Yeah.
You may not have one.
No, I do. I've got, if you want to go on a good horse ride.
Okay.
They have, it's called Rocky Mountain Outfitters.
Oh, okay.
And if you've ever heard of Robert Redford,
yes,
he started Sundance.
Sure.
And I think he sold it obviously, but
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Outfitters runs a well, I call them dude ranches because
Sure.
that's what cowboys call, a place where people don't know how to ride go.
Right. Right.
But it's a great place. It's awesome, and you're
Okay.
riding on the backside of Timpanogos Mountain,
Oh, whoa.
which is a 12,000 foot tall mountain.
That's beautiful.
And it's just gorgeous. Right now, it's absolutely stunning. So I would recommend, Scott, that you go do that.
Awesome.
So,
Okay. That's very good advice, actually. Rocky Mountain Outfitters. Very, very nice.
It's just right up there at Sundance. You just go up to Sundance and they're right there.
Love that. Love that. For anybody, again, that's not been in the area, any other items that you might recommend they check out while they're there? Scott would love to go skydiving. I'm not sure if that's applicable to everybody, but anything besides your beautiful vistas that you might recommend?
I myself, one of the things that they call the mountains along here, along I-15, the Wasatch Front.
Okay.
And if you're in Salt Lake area, and then you keep going south to the point of the mountain, and then the haunted forest is in American Fork. If I would recommend to everybody, if you have time, to go on it, check out a small hike.
Okay.
And go on a hike up on the mountain. It's so gorgeous right now. And so that's one of the most beautiful things that you can do. There's all kinds of things to do here.
I love that.
But, like I say, that's kind of one of the things I enjoy doing. And the skydiving, you can go skydiving too. They've got that. I'm trying to.
No, Spencer agreed with you on the hiking. We didn't necessarily tackle the skydiving idea, but the hiking, yes, 100%.
Yeah. I've never done that before, so I'm not a very good person to ask. But
no, but the horseback riding, that's not a bad. We definitely need to do that. And Zach Webb, hopefully you're coming with, because that's going to be a lot of fun. We're glad you're here too. Holy cow. Guys, I know that we are only 3 days away from Legendary Haunt Tour, and we're talking with Rob about the Haunted Forest. Rob, we're excited because we're bringing a whole gaggle of people out to Utah to see you and 3 other amazing attractions and to be able to showcase this legendary work that you guys are doing. Why, if someone's on the fence and they've waited till the last minute, can you help anybody decide to get off that line, go buy a ticket, and be a part of this tour? Why should they come see the Haunted Forest? 3 other legendary haunted attractions here at the Legendary Haunt Tour.
Well, I got to tell you, if you're serious and you are in this haunt industry, going to see these other haunts beside your own is probably the fastest and best way to improve your own. And it's probably the best investment somebody can make that's in this industry. The Nightmare on 13th and Fear Factory and the Castle of Chaos do an incredible job. They're my competitors, obviously.
Sure.
But I am great friends with all of them. And the Haunted Forest is different than the other 3.
Sure.
If you've never been to something that's outdoors, it's totally a different experience. We don't play in the same arena as they do.
Right.
Their sets are Disneyland quality. Outdoors, nature does a lot of the work for us.
No, you're right.
That way. And one is not any better than the other, I would say. It's all in just the way I love the outdoor theme, obviously, because that's who I am.
Sure.
So, but when I go through their sets, I love theirs and what they've done because it's incredible, the artistry and things like that. So, I don't know.
No.
I would just say if you're sitting on the fence, if you're serious about improving your haunt, get off the fence, get in your truck or car, and get to the airport. So
I love that. I love that. Oh,
so
100%. Well said. Well said. Guys, I can't wait. Obviously, I can't say it better than Rob. You know, besides all of that, you're going to get a chance to network, meet people from across the country, if not the world. We usually do get international folks that are a part of this, and we can't wait. You'll be able to hobnob, celebrate, kind of talk war stories with other haunt owners and managers and facilitators from different attractions. And like Rob just said, even here on the Legendary Haunt Tour, all 4 of these attractions complement each other, but they're vastly different. So you're going to get to see the way that they're doing things differently based on what kind of show, whether they're indoors or outdoors, or they have historical landmarks or values. And I'm so excited. This is such a well put together tour. Thanks to Ben and to Jen and the whole crew for putting this together. But this is going to be a nonstop weekend of excitement, not only with the outdoors and the excitement and horse riding and maybe skydiving, but like Tater just mentioned, it's 4 epic haunted attractions that are world renowned. So we're so excited. Oh my gosh. If you want to check out more about Haunted Forest, go to hauntedforestutah.com. Check them out. Look at the videos. Look at the pictures. See all the comments. It's amazing. And then there's only one chance to buy your tickets. And that window is closing. So legendaryhaunttour.com. Go there, check it out. Call Jen, email Jen, let her know you want to be a part of this because time is running out. Rob, before we see you in 3 days, I can't believe that. Anything else you want to share with us before we start closing for the night?
I just want to say I'm excited to see everybody. It's so fun to meet other people that have a passion in this industry like we do.
Yes.
And I'm excited. So,
we are beyond excited. Thank you for taking the time to do this, to get a chance to introduce and meet us, and can't wait to see everything that is the Haunted Forest in just 3 days. Guys, we wish you all safe travels for those that are going to be joining us. If you're not, even if you are, join us back here next Tuesday, November 11th, not only to celebrate Veterans Day, but also we're going to do our recap show, our aftermath show, where we'll be talking about all 4 of these attractions, sharing some pictures and videos and memories, and what we learned going to see these 4 amazing attractions. Thank you, Rob. Seriously, from the bottom of all of our hearts, from Jen, from Rich, and the entire TransWorld team. Thank you for all you do.
Pleasure to talk to you. Thank you. And thanks everybody for joining in.
Thanks everybody for watching, for your comments, for everything. Safe travels. Thanks, Robert, of course, for making all the magic possible. We can't do it without him. And we will see you all in Utah. And then, of course, right back here next Tuesday. Have a very good week.
Thank you.